transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
I don't even know what happened there. My entire screen just went black and I was like, hello.
I think it loaded.
Okay,
I think
cool.
it did it.
So we are here for our WrestleMania predictions episode this week, and we are joined with two very special guests, Johnny and Marissa. How are you doing this evening?
We're good, lads.
It's afternoon for us.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
The
How's
American.
everybody else doing? Reese, Ross, you all good?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, same as I watched yesterday.
Cool. As you can see, we are a member down this evening. Courtney is not with us because she is jetting off to Las Vegas as we chat. I am so excited for her. She is going to be at WrestleMania. She's going to have the best time. I do have all her predictions wrote down, so I will go through them as we go along. But Johnny and Marissa, do you want to give yourselves a quick plug to everyone? I know you've just renamed your podcast, which is super exciting for you guys. Go for it. Plug yourselves.
No longer Triple Threat Pod on Twitch. Now make yourself famous. Shout out Jeff Hardy. And John Boy Bebop everywhere else.
I'm just Marissa DeLuca everywhere. I keep it simple and basic.
Well,
love it.
both their TikToks and their podcast TikTok is in the description already below, but you can find them everywhere else, as they said. So yeah, let's get on into it because we have 14 matches to go over this evening. I will let you guys know now. So we do a scorekeeping for predictions. So the whole year we add up each of our individual scores and our guest scores combined. So because there's two of you, it's a bit more difficult. So I don't know if one of you want to put yourselves forward to go for the guests. Numbers.
I'll go for it. I'll go for it.
So we'll take Johnny's predictions for the guests' numbers then.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
Cool.
He loves to theory book and guess the endings.
I was gonna say, TikTok very much know his fantasy bookings out the waz. Like I see every video of those.
Yeah, I see Johnny's videos everywhere, mostly on X, but I see them all the time, and I'm like, I'm so here if this happens. I'm like, this should happen. Definitely. Right, let's get into it then, because we've got a lot to go through. So we are going to start with a match that has been very divided by a lot of people. Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. Yeah, the World Heavyweight title. I know a lot of people are against Jey Uso to win this, so I've seen a lot of places, but I'm so here for it. Johnny and Marissa, do you want to give your predictions first and let us know what you think?
Oh, I love the yeet. Personally, I'm for the yeeting. I love the yeeting. It's 100% gonna be Jey. I feel very confident in that. I do have my yeet. Oh, you're gonna wear my yeet glasses. That's crazy. It's crazy that you disrespect the yeet and then you take my glasses. It's gonna be Jey Uso for me. This is his big moment that he finally gets to win over the title. I think that's one of actually the moments I'm most excited for. I don't know what made everybody turn on Jey Uso randomly. Like you said, it's become divided now.
Yeah.
But, I can't wait for the chills I'm gonna feel down my entire body when everybody erupts when he wins that title. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna say Jey Uso as well. I'm a little sad that Gunther didn't have a crazy world title reign. I had fantasy booked in my head and theorized in my head 40 different cool opponents, and he's had a fine title reign. It's fine. But I think if Jey doesn't win here, I don't know if they're gonna give him the title. I think it has to be here.
Yeah. I feel like Gunther had such good runs as the Intercontinental Champion, as NXT UK Champion. He was booked so well for both of those title reigns, and then he got to the World Heavyweight, and it was just nothing. Mm-hmm. Literally nothing.
It felt like he was a background character.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. So I am also going to go for Jey Uso to win because I'm here for the yeet always. I feel like if they don't pull the trigger on him now, then it's never going to happen. He's had 14 years in this company. He's done tag titles. He's done that with his brother. He's done the bloodline. He needs to have the flowers that he deserves because I think he is one of the best in the whole bloodline situation for me personally. I know other people may disagree, but yeah. Ross, do you want to go ahead and give yours?
This is slowly becoming a unanimous Jey Uso because I'm a big fan of an underdog story, and like as we've all said, for like 14 years, this guy's grafted. He's done the tag scene. He dived in deep, really early on in the bloodline when he couldn't tag with his brother, and a lot of people keep forgetting that this is long-term storybooking at its finest. He took the opportunity to become a single star that early on in the bloodline storyline. He paved the way to leave that group and still make himself relevant. And I think, like as you guys have said, if they don't pull the trigger on it now, I don't think they ever would. And the momentum on him, this is the perfect time to do it, especially because people are still doubting him. So it really adds that extra level of a baby face of, wow, oh my God, he's actually done it. What else can he do? Like, it's hard for me to say it against Gunther, though. As you guys know, massive NXT UK fan, and he was 3 years deep with that belt. And it doesn't make sense you took someone who's had 80% of their career holding a belt and made them feel like the afterthought in this whole situation. But yeah, it's Jey Uso for me. I love an underdog story, and I think it's time the underdog gets the shining moment.
Nice. Reese?
I mean, I feel like I've made my feelings abundantly clear on this topic for the past couple of weeks. But the thing about Jey Uso is, again, and a point that like a lot of people have been talking about literally just now on the podcast, like, why is it all of a sudden people have like turned on Jey Uso? And the answer is because for some reason it's cool to like be against the popular guy, even when it's the right decision to do. Like this is like the most obvious one on the card for me. If he doesn't win this match, then it's kind of crazy. Like you say with Gunther, he's had a bit of an underwhelming title run. I've also said this. I think there's something missing. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. There's just something not there for me. He hasn't been treated as importantly as when he had the IC title, which was an amazing run. If I was to swap like runs, I would have definitely put like 100%. Do you know what I mean? Like literally put Gunther's IC title run, just give him the world title and do that. It's not that hard to book, I don't think. When it comes to Jey, like Ross said, this is a culmination of long-term story booking. In my opinion, he should have been the one to beat Reigns in 2023 at SummerSlam. That should have been a thing, 100%.
That would have been dope, to be fair.
And then he wasn't. And then he got over anyway as a singles star, which was good for him, man. Like, I'm happy for him. But G, like you've just said, this should be the moment that he should win the world title. If it's not now, then it's
not going to happen.
Yeah. Do we have a habit of booking things sometimes that are, oh, we'll just like swerve you and then we'll do it the next month? And I think that would really hurt Jey. So definitely Jey at WrestleMania.
Valid.
Yeah, cool. So moving on, let's go for the tag champions of War Raiders versus New Day. Ross, do you want to give your thoughts on this one first?
Why is this on the card and why is Street Profits not on the card? Like, I'm asking the real question. Why are Street Profits not on the card?
Where's the smoke? We want the smoke.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it blunt. You gave me heel Street Profits, gave them the tag belts just before Mania, and didn't give them a challenge. Like, I would have rather seen tag champion versus tag champion, like a SmackDown versus Raw.
Like bit of a cross-brand thing going on. I like the sound of that. That's cool.
Yeah, just highlight which tag team is better on a Mania season, and it's a really cool way of doing it. Or I would have rather seen like they did a couple of Manias ago. Give me like that fatal 6-man where the Hardys return and they got in thrown back into it. Like, I'd rather see them make tag team stuff interesting. And for me, War Raiders versus New Day doesn't feel interesting in the sense of it's not been built enough. It's just been kind of slapped in, and it's just felt like, oh, New Day have gone, oh, we're getting disrespected. We've got our ego. We know how to win. And I personally feel like New Day are going to win because they're going to want to push the narrative of that heel team, which sucks for the War Raiders because they have worked hard to get back into the conversation, especially after the injury bug they've had. But I've got to go with New Day. Like, logically for me, booking-wise, you're going to go with your safe bet who have been multiple-time champion and you're going to work on the new prospect of them being heel, because there's a lot more story going into them being heels.
Definitely. Marissa and Johnny?
Go ahead.
I'm mad. I will ride or die the Street Profits, and I'm just salty about it that they're not in the card. No, I'm gonna go with the New Day too, and like I'm not gonna repeat everything you just said, but like we are on the same page because that's same thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why they're not in the card. I think doing tag team versus like tag team, like champion versus champion would have been great. If they want to keep all the teams on there, like that would have been fine.
Yeah.
This is just like it's just bad timing, and that results in like bad decisions, respectfully, being made.
Yep.
Like bad timing of right now. The War Raiders have the titles. They clearly have not known what to do with them, so they're just gonna feed them to the New Day, which is fine because that will then, you know, at least bring that story back up front and center because that kind of swerved to the left weirdly for a little while.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So that's fine. That does something for the New Day, and I like New Day as heel. It's funny. That's fine. That's great. But I do really wish we had Street Profits. I feel like everybody collectively, no one in wrestling agrees on anything. But what we all agree on is we want a good Street Profits title run. And
yes,
we finally gave it to us, and it's not on Mania. It just makes me so mad. So I'm gonna go New Day, but I agree. I wish we had Street Profits on this card somewhere.
I'm gonna go New Day. I do think that there is a small chance that Big E gets involved, and that's how the War Raiders get the title. I know that they've kind of played into the whole neck injury of Eric. I believe Eric was the one with the neck injury.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But I actually think the New Day is gonna win, and they're gonna do something on the Raw after Mania where Big E comes out. I think he congratulates them and is like, no matter what, after everything, I'm very proud of you guys. I'm very happy for you guys. They're still having problems with Big E. They still press Big E. They pretend that they're going to hit Big E because they know Big E can't do anything. And that's when Big E goes, I thought this was going to happen. That's why I called some friends, and it's going to be the Hardys.
Oh, that'd be
I like that.
Oh, man.
That's my theory.
The problem, see, he puts together great theories, and then we all gaslight ourselves into thinking it could happen.
Legit. I'm just sat there like, the pop I would get from that would be like pure cinema. And then the back of my mind is like, yeah, Ross, it's too good to be true. Though.
Yeah,
right.
Like,
yeah,
it's possible.
I don't have a great hit rate. Yeah.
Listen, there's only two people that it should be, right? Big E's like, I called some friends, and Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee should come out from back in the day.
Oh, bro.
One of those would get a pop. I don't know how much.
Leave Mr. Ziggles at home.
Mr.
Ziggles, you know.
I do that to Renee all the time, and she's like, Mr. Ziggles, you can't. I'm like, it's funny. It's the funniest thing I've ever done.
I like it.
It's gotta be Mr. Ziggles.
That's great.
We have a 72-hour pre-show. I don't understand why we don't put some of these matches on the pre-show. It baffles the mind. Like literally
72 hours.
Yeah, dude, like you might as well make it 72 hours. Like there's literally just going to be a load of old men talking nonsense for 3 hours, right? Why are we not having a load of matches on the pre-show? AEW do it and it works out just fine. Why can't WWE do it like for the biggest show of the year? I don't get it. In terms of the
that was the point of a pre-show because a pre-show
is free to watch. They put it
everywhere, free to watch. Give them a good match on the pre-show, then they'll subscribe and pay to watch the rest of it. I agree. That was the point.
That's why they don't call it a pre-show anymore. Have you noticed how WWE
now, isn't it? Or
they call it the countdown, so it's very different because then that treats it like it's we're just doing a talk show to count you down into Mania. Yeah. Whereas if you said a pre-show, people assume there's something you're going to show off.
Right.
So
I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice.
You know what's crazy though is on NXT's countdown, we got Roxanne wrestling. She's not.
There's a match. Yeah. Don't get it.
How can NXT sit there, give us an actual pre-show match, which is going to be insane? By the way, that talent on that pre-show is stacked.
Yeah,
and you've got 3 hours of Mania. You've put Lyra in a tag match. You didn't give her a defense. You haven't gave Chelsea a defense, and you're telling me Street Profits can't get on a pre-show at least.
Yeah,
I don't care in the sense of like it's a pre-show. as long as they're given a spot on the card and I at least see a match out of them, I'd be happier to see that. Like, even if it's a 20-minute quick banger, like, that's all I need, because then they've at least been on the Mania card. It agitates me that, as you lot have said, we've got multiple pre-show hours of nothingness.
Yeah.
Like,
listen, the best
nothing.
part is about this whole situation is, right, if you put the War Raiders and the New Day on the pre-show, that actually feeds into the New Day's character. That the fact that they've been overlooked, they're the greatest tag team ever. Why are we on the pre-show? That would work for them.
Yeah.
In terms of the New Day's like whole character development and storyline, I really do feel like it's been fumbled a little bit. You had one of the biggest pops and the biggest shock moments when they just dressed down Big E, and then the next week they came out to just booze. They couldn't even talk.
Yeah.
And now it's like everyone's forgotten about it, but that's not our fault, because why should we care if WWE are not willing to put in the time? For like 5 weeks, all we saw from the New Day was, you're not allowed in the locker room, haha, go get changed in a basement somewhere. And it's like, yeah, that was cool for 1 week, but you don't need to emphasize that every single week. Like, they've just turned on Big E. They've turned heel for the first time in I don't know how many years. It's got to be like 10 years, right? And they've been feuding with the LWO for weeks now. And I'm like, I don't care about this. I do not care. So I think the New Day are going to win, but they really need to step it into the next gear after WrestleMania, for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fair.
That's it.
I also forgot to give Courtney's prediction for the first match. She also picked Jey Uso.
Hey!
For this match, she has also picked the New Day. I am also going for the New Day. I'm pretty much the same premise of all you guys have said. They've just turned heel. It'd be the right time to give them. Otherwise than that, I don't really care about this match. I'm really not fussed. Not fussed at all.
We're two for two.
Yeah.
On everyone picked the
all
same
of us.
Oh,
thing.
we are.
That's
See
never,
how long that lasts.
that's
Let's go
never
for something.
happened.
Let's go for something that's going to divide everybody then.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I feel like this. I wanted to save this one, but I'm going to go for it because I think this is going to divide us all. So our main event for night one, we have CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns in a triple threat match. And I am so freaking... I don't know what it is, but the past couple of years, WWE's most interesting storylines have been the ones that haven't included bouts, for me personally anyway. And this is one of them. And this is just going to be an absolutely phenomenal match, I think. Reese, we'll go to you first.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I've got to get the 3 hours Roman Reigns talk out the way.
I'm still thinking. Let's see.
I mean, I can send mine if you need me to go fast.
No, she's put me on the spot. I have to deal with it now. So, right, okay. Right. I really want CM Punk to win this. Like, obviously, his first main event. I don't think he's going to do it, though. I think it's going to be Seth Rollins, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a situation here where you've got 2 clear winners. WWE want you to think that there's 2 clear winners in, like, never bet against Roman. CM Punk's first main event at WrestleMania. Them 2 choices are obvious. But Seth Rollins has been the third guy kind of all the way through this. And Paul Heyman's kind of there. He owes Seth Rollins a favor. I wouldn't mind Seth Rollins a bit of a heel run. It all falls into place for me. And that fills in perfectly for Roman Reigns to have a little bit of a feud, either with CM Punk or what I finally want the Shield beef sorted this year. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. Give me that at SummerSlam night 1 or 2, if that's a thing this year. I can't remember if that's starting this year or not.
It is.
Yeah. Do that. Lead it all the way into like Survivor Series War Games or so. I don't know. Like, just give me the Shield. Just give me Seth Rollins versus Reigns. Like for a consistent amount of time. I don't want a match just here and there. Like, I want a full-on rivalry between those 2. There's a lot of beef that needs to be settled. So I'm going to go with Seth Rollins.
Okay, cool. Ross?
I'm the exact same. I've said Seth Rollins, but I said the reason I've said this is Roman has kind of just pushed away Paul Heyman. CM Punk's put a lot of pressure on Paul Heyman. What's not to say Paul Heyman has gone behind both their backs, aligned himself with Seth Rollins. You know what Paul Heyman's like. When he sees a future asset, he attaches himself to it and he makes it that extra level. I'm not saying Seth Rollins needs to be a Paul Heyman guy, but man, the amount of incredible storylines we could get out of that. And I'm sorry, it solidified me when I got pure deja vu of seeing Seth in quite close, similar Shield gear, running behind with the chair and hit Roman. You can't do that to me and not make me think Seth is going to win this.
Shout out to Paul Heyman, by the way, doing the before he hit it.
Again, yeah, exactly. It was like, but that's what made me think Paul Heyman's going to assist Seth. He's playing into the no, I didn't want this to happen, and then watch that instant cinema moment where they finish the night with Paul Heyman turns and Seth wins over them. Like, give it me. Also, I've also said Punk is going to eat the pin.
No.
Okay. The reason why I said Punk is going to eat the pin is that Punk is going to try and hit the go to sleep on Roman. He lands that, so Roman's out of the way. Punk, Seth looks like he's going to steal it on Roman. Punk pulls Seth out of the way, and then Seth is going to chair shot him because it was hidden at the time. And then that's how Seth gets it. And what you'll see is subtly, as Seth is doing the pin, it was Paul Heyman sliding the chair across and passing it to him.
I see why you two are friends.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Okay.
I'm like, he's like going into the detail of how the chair moves, and I'm like, oh my god, deja vu. Somebody else does that too.
Yeah,
you could also make that you could carry that on as well. You could actually carry that on. Like, was Paul Heyman trying to slide it to someone else and Seth caught it, or like you could feed into that. Yeah,
and it adds to the story. And like, this is the thing. I'm attention to detail. So when you call back to things or you do long-term story booking, I have to point it out because a lot of people, especially on IWC, are like, oh, I don't really understand this match. And I'm like, right, here are 5 key points of why this match makes pure sense.
Yeah.
Fair.
I mean, fair. I don't want to say it now. I've obviously gone for CM Punk. You all know this. It's not even new news. You knew I was going to pick CM Punk. I want him to win because it is his main event moment, and that's all I have.
You can't vote with your heart, G. You can't vote with your heart.
I can vote with my heart. I do think Paul Heyman is going to be on Seth's corner. I think that's where this is going to go. But I am going to stick with Punk to win because I just want him to win. Courtney has also gone for Punk to win. So
okay.
Marisa and Johnny, do you want to give your thoughts?
I think you should go first since you and Ross are on the same wavelength. Finish that out.
We have something, so I am running with the theory that I've come up with that I had to go back and listen to some of Seth's promos because I felt like I caught something a couple times in like 3 different promos during all of this setup for the feud in the last couple months. He's mentioned the soul of WWE. He's mentioned how he is the soul of WWE. So I really think that he may be aligning himself with The Rock about how all of these people are part-timers and everything, and he is going to be that full-time guy for Team Corporate. So I think that the favor is he tells Heyman to call The Rock. And when Heyman I think the whole story is Roman and CM Punk are they're so attached to this mania, and they're so attached that they're not paying attention to Paul. And that they're only paying attention to Paul like when it's convenient for them.
As a pawn for what they're needing.
So I think that on the outside, Seth is going to see that they're fighting each other. So he's going to go after Paul. He's going to say that he's going to curb stomp Paul. Paul's going to freak out and he's going to go do the favor. So then Paul takes the phone and he says, call. And we don't hear who he says call. And then we get back to Punk and Roman. They say call. And he says The Rock, but it's not actually The Rock. I think it's Drew McIntyre. I think Drew comes out with a Claymore, hits Roman. Seth is like, what the hell just happened? Heyman's like, what the hell just happened? And it's actually The Rock's. When Heyman told The Rock about all of this, The Rock said, cool, I'm going to have somebody else do my bidding to get into Team Corporate. That's where we get Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre teaming up because Seth keeps using Drew's lines as well, which it's actually Punk's lines, but it was the tell me when I'm telling lies. He said it. He said it so many times now. I think all of that is happening, and I do actually think that we get your Survivor Series War Game match where it's a Team Corporate versus Team WWE, where Roman is actually feuding against The Rock in that.
I didn't even think The Rock side of it. That's so sick if they do that.
You guys aren't the only one that thinks that, because I have Courtney's messages here. And Courtney put CM Punk to win. However, Seth aligns with The Rock and Cena.
Yep. I think that's happening.
Yes.
Let's go.
I guess maybe I should have gone first, because now you overshadowed me.
Sorry.
Wait, who was your? I didn't catch your actual. Is it Seth to win, Johnny?
Yeah. It's Seth.
Yeah.
So I'm also going with Seth to win. Listen, I have watched this feud just being like, me and Seth are the same person.
Yeah.
I also hate both these bitches. So I'm just out here like, me and Seth, the same person. Everything he says, he goes at Punk and I'm like, facts. And then he goes at Roman and I'm like, also facts.
How dare you? How dare you?
I have nothing. I'm just going for Seth. I also just like, separately from the hatred, I just like feel like Seth has been just like overlooked.
Yeah.
He's not coming out with any big wins, and like from the the view of pretty much everybody but me, there's nobody better or bigger to beat than Roman Reigns and CM Punk, especially at the same time. So you give Seth that win, that's a pretty big win.
I mean, Jimmy Uso.
Don't start with me on Jimmy Uso. I can't do this right now.
Big Jim.
Yeah. But for everybody else, those are two of the biggest people like ever in wrestling. So like if you're gonna give him a W on people, those are two good ones to give him after all the work he's done for like what I feel like is not enough reward personally. Yeah. So I'm also going with Seth.
I love the fact that you're also saying that you can't stand Punk. I've been saying this for months to G, but she won't listen to me.
I know Marissa's not a Punk fan. I've seen every interaction with Erica. I have seen, and I know she's not a Punk fan.
Oh my God, girl, no. When he got fired, the phone calls of sobbing that I had to endure and be like the good friend that's like, no, it'll be fine. It's okay. And she's like, but he did that. I'm like, I know. Yeah, no, awful.
Yeah, he did that to himself. That's what he did. He did that to himself.
I have always said to her, I'm like, listen, if you want to ride or die this man, have a great time. I love that for you. I support that for you. Just don't look at me in my face and tell me he didn't do that. Yeah. He said he did that. We don't saw him do that. That's all I'm going to say. Listen, Jeff Hardy is on how many DUIs? We're riding or dying. Yeah. Okay? I can just like.
Well, unfortunately, I just don't want to ride with Jeff. I don't want the behavior. I don't really want to ride with him because
we don't want to do that.
Anyway, what I mean
that gets a little too literal.
We're like, that's our guy.
I'll meet him there. I'll meet him wherever he's riding too.
I'm gonna Uber.
Yeah.
We'll Uber that.
Like, like I do the same thing. Matthew Riddle, some questionable shit. Yeah. Like, it's just all I ask is she owns it, and it took her about 2 years, but she finally got there. So.
Oh, nice.
I have mine as well. Mine's on the other side.
It's still on my wall. Like, as you said, questionable shiz, but
he just announced a podcast and I'm scared to watch it. So we're just
same.
I'm a little nervous. But anyway, no, I feel that, G, and I support you. Ride or die, your dude. I totally feel that. Because I still do that for Jack Perry, and it's on a much smaller scale.
Oh, okay, he's not on TV anymore.
Okay, he's coming back. He's on vacation.
Long vacation.
Yeah, I want a long vacation too.
He needs to be back on television, okay? Like
we're getting there, okay?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't need to be on TV.
Fine. He'll be back eventually. Whatever. Next question.
He can work in catering. It's over.
Let's move on then. Let's go for AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. It was a match that was not long thrown together because it was only a few weeks ago since we've seen Logan Paul come out and this match was made. Marissa and Johnny, do you want to go first with this one?
I will exit if Logan Paul beats AJ Styles. I will shut off our stream and I will leave because I can't watch that god awful receding hairline beat AJ Styles. I can't do it. I can't.
But he's so humble. He's so humble though.
He's not
the most humble.
He's not. He wears his god awful outfits in the same same 4 lines repeated over and over again. It's something about people being poor, and it just makes me tired.
Yeah.
And AJ Styles, listen, you want to have him beat like someone younger in NXT, that's a different issue. But freaking AJ Styles, I can't have that. I can't have that. So I'm
When's
going.
the last time AJ won a WrestleMania match? That's a question.
Don't
Like,
even remember.
It's been a while, right?
It's been yeah, because he lost.
No, but
to LA Knight last year.
AJ's just like it's AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
He can
his
take L's
wrestling
and you still rep him. Yeah, he can take a loss and it's fine. But like, you don't do it with Logan Paul. That's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm way more interested in like whatever this AJ carrying Cross thing is than I am AJ and Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So am I.
I
like
the
hell
what
am I?
Cross is doing, and him being like, you have to win for all of us. I don't know if that means wrestlers. I don't know if he's put a parlay on AJ Styles, what exactly is going on. But I do like what Karrion Kross, he lost and he was like, I still have Scarlett, so I don't care.
fair.
I'm
Box.
just gonna say AJ because I gotta hope that if he loses to Logan Paul, that may be the thing that I know that AJ has only got a couple years left, as he has said. And we may see him at All In if that ends up happening. He loses to Logan.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
That could be the only silver lining of
But
Logan Paul winning.
actually, wait, hold on.
Ospreay,
AJ Styles, Ospreay, AJ Styles, Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
I can work
That's
with
what
that.
I'm saying. If you land AJ in AEW, I'm not gonna complain. So maybe Logan do win might be a good thing.
I just hope all I hope for this match is that Machine Gun Kelly does not get involved. I don't want him involved with Logan Paul. That would hurt my heart.
Oh God, I would die.
That's a side question. That's a side question right there. Who's going to be in the Prime Bottle this year?
Oh,
Joe
that's a good
Weller.
question.
Who?
I don't think
Joe Weller.
Oh, Joel. I mean, he's training.
Who's that?
Because
he's a British YouTuber.
Yeah.
He's in Uganda.
The thing he's doing is on the 18th, which is tomorrow. There is 100% every way he could fly to Vegas within the night.
I can see it.
Their match is on night 2 anyway, so he's got till Sunday to get there.
Yeah.
I mean,
His thing that he's doing in Uganda is on Friday, tomorrow. So he's got time to get there.
True.
Damn. Okay. All right. I never know who's in the Prime Bottle because when it was
She didn't know.
I didn't know who Speed was when he popped out. I didn't know who KSI was when he popped out, and then you just said somebody I also don't know, so I never know who's coming out of the Prime Bottle.
Me and Ross are really big Sidemen fan, so we know all of these people because we follow the Sidemen. So
okay,
I mean,
I'll roll with that. I'll go with that. Sure, I love
even
him.
though I don't think that he's cool with Logan, I'll rock with Steven Tries. I think that. I think he'd be fun in commentary.
Who's Steven Tries?
Another YouTuber.
Oh, I don't YouTube.
Steven Tries would actually.
Should we just carry on naming YouTubers until Marissa knows one?
Yeah.
Like,
no,
PewDiePie, he's going to be in the Prime Bottle.
We'll just go through the whole of the 7 Sidemen and then everybody on the side.
We were talking about YouTubers, and she was like, "I know, like Bryce Hall." I was like, "That's not even considered a YouTuber. That's just a TikToker."
Yeah, no, that's something else entirely.
I didn't watch I never watched YouTubers.
Yeah, we lived a different life
growing up.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I was gonna say that's.
No,
like
I watched Criminal Minds and
Oh no, I'll back the Criminal Minds. I'll back that. I watched that as well.
Yeah, I didn't watch the YouTubers, so I was very lost for KSI and Speed, and I also got them confused for a solid 2 years. Yeah. But I think I'm good now.
If I
Spencer's going to be in the Prime Bottle. There you go.
I was gonna say, if I could pick any YouTuber to actually do it like a dream YouTuber, I'd pick Eyepatch Wolf because he's a fucking.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
Like I'd give it to like actual diehard wrestling fans that love to be in that, like a Joe Weller, because what Joe Weller was actually famous for was doing wrestling spots in public places. So he would just sell like getting speared or getting like suplexed onto tables in the general public, and that blew his career up. Yeah, like his old videos are just crazy.
He sounds cool.
Yeah,
he's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun.
I support.
He's good.
Okay, I'll vote for him then. I'll vote for him then. I want him to be in the Prime Bottle.
He's cool. He's okay. He's all right. He's not bad. He's decent.
Reese, do you want to give your prediction?
No, I don't.
Not right now. No.
I really think it's going to be Logan. I don't want it to be Logan, but I think it will be. I mean, I love AJ. God, it feels like a lifetime ago since he was in the main event scene, and it breaks my heart. It breaks my little heart. It does. we're in a whole new world now that he's not even in the mid card. He's not even fighting for a mid card belt, which I thought he was going to be doing this year. I really thought he was going to be fighting for the IC title this year, but for some reason he's not. I did have a bit of a theory that he was going to be because kind of like Cena is like his career's coming to an end ish, like pretty soon. So was AJ's. I did have a bit of a theory that AJ was going to join The Rock, but I had more. I had more viable candidates for that, so I was like, it probably won't be AJ. But I think Logan is going to get this win. Like we know how they like to showcase Logan. He's done pretty decent at WrestleMania as well. Even when he lost to Rollins, like he had a great US title match last year. To be fair to him, yeah, I can't really say much more than that. Logan Paul for the win! Yay! Hey yo, drink prime.
Oh.
You know how I reiterated those 3 hours of a pre-show. This match could have easily landed on a pre-show. There's no disrespect to AJ there, but I feel like the actual match that should have been on the card should have been Karrion and AJ.
Yeah.
Like Karrion has done bits with that feud. I don't know if you guys noticed this with Karrion. Every feud he has had, he's matched their hairstyle. If you look, so when he first went backstage and spoke to AJ Styles, his hair is down and long and swept to the side like AJ's. The previous one, he had it tied up in a man bun when he started having conversations with Seth Rollins. He also had the shaven sides that he consistently has pointed this out. He changes his hairstyle to fit certain wrestlers that he was having these conversations and talks with.
He even went to the same guy who did AJ Styles gear this week for Raw.
That's what I was about to just add. Also, the match they just had, Karrion Kross went the extra level of making his gear look near enough identical to AJ to try and get a darker rise out of AJ. Karrion's thing now is to change people. His whole gimmick has been when he spoke to them, they have changed their outlook. Look at what happened with Shinsuke. Shinsuke turned heel. Look what happened with other wrestlers as well. It's consistently showed that Karrion has been adding to these feuds, and it sucks that he's kind of the afterthought. I mean, I'm incredibly happy he's in Bloodsport. He's fighting in there, and that's going to be dope because Karrion is also great at jiu-jitsu, everything like that. Have you seen that man break a bat?
Right.
In a submission hold? Like, that's all I got to say. Yeah. But for me, it has to be AJ Styles. Like, no disrespect to Logan. I know he puts in the work. I know he looks good in the ring, but half of your moveset is Hangman Adam Page's, and I still can't look past that because it really irks me every time I watch it. I'm just like, oh, that's a really cool buckshot lariat. And I'm like, oh, wait, that's someone else's move.
Hangman needs to do as good as Logan Paul's. Is better.
Bro, Hangman does better than Logan's. Don't get me started on this. I will crash out on you. Don't get it started.
We got to see Logan's Jedi.
Exactly. It just I get people are going to say Logan to win as well because they want to push the agenda of like, oh, he's a newer talent. He's the big celebrity guy. You're going to want to make him as a heel beat such an incredible talent like AJ. I'm like, I'm the opposite because of like what Reese said. AJ Styles' career is coming to an end soon. Mm-hmm. You're going to want the momentum. You're going to want him to keep getting wins. So then there's a conversation for him to have a title before he retires.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I totally agree with it, but I don't know. Logan.
So Courtney has put Logan to win also. I have also put Logan to win. And I feel like the only reason Logan is here is because, yes, okay, he's a celebrity. He brings in a lot of people from other places. And also he is partnered with, like WWE partnered with Primates there, right in the middle of the ring. I feel like that's the only reason he's there. And that's probably the only reason he will get the win. So, and he's
so humble as well, don't forget that.
He's so humble.
Yeah, don't forget.
The most humblest.
Right, let's move on to a couple of other matches because we've still got quite a bit to get through. Let's go for Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Ross, do you want to go first?
I really don't, because you know what I said last week about this. This is the most stupid match I have ever actually seen. Like, oh yeah. Oh, by the way, the guy is not from the Gulf of Mexico anymore. He's from the Gulf of America. We had to quickly correct that. Sorry, we got his location wrong. And hey, by the way, you're not fooling anyone. He has the same back neck tattoo as Chad Gable. It's obvious. It's the same as the stupid thing where they did Elias and Ezekiel. I don't care for storylines like these. They bore me, and it's just a reason to have Rey Mysterio on the card. But I genuinely think they're going to make the freaking El Americano win to continue this whatever story it is.
Oh, really?
So I'm going to say El Americano. But
Grande Americano. The best luchador in WWE.
The big
show him the proper respect, sir. El Grande Americano.
Yeah. Also, can we just point out they you know how Chad Gable was on the mic and he had a complete knuckle scar right there, like a massive knuckle scratch. Guess who also had the knuckle scratch in the exact same place? You're not fooling anyone.
I don't think.
No, I don't believe you.
Who he is?
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you. It's two different people.
I'm gonna do the Kevin Owens crash out about.
I was literally about to say. I was like, Ross sounded like Kevin Owens.
Go on then, Reese. Give your thoughts.
I'm really looking forward to this match. Like, gimmicks aside, this is like going to be a great match. You got at the end of the day, it's Rey Mysterio and Chad Gable. They're going to give you a banger. So, I mean, allegedly Chad Gable, anyway.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Yeah, I think it's Scotty Cable, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a banger of a match, and it's just there to fill a spot and to get Rey on the card. I understand that, but I'm excited for it. But I don't know who's going to win. I really don't, to be honest. This was one of these matches that was giving me actual trouble. So I was thinking that this could really go either way, because Gable needs a win. I mean, El Grande Americano needs a win, and Rey Mysterio is Rey Mysterio. So, you know, when Dom should have won a couple of years ago, they still give it to Rey for some reason. So I'm gonna go with Rey, and I think he's probably gonna unmask him, and it's all gonna be over. But
okay,
I say that with a heavy heart, because I've enjoyed these little shenanigans from El Grande Americano past couple of weeks. I really have.
Nice. Johnny and Marissa.
Well, first, for this gimmick, I'd like to apologize on behalf of my country and whatever the hell's happening over here. I'm gonna go with Rey. I just is not funny. I just like, it's not like I'm like mad about it, but like the Gulf of America immediately took me out. I was like, I have to leave. I can't do this.
I gotta go.
I can't do it. And so I think he's gonna unmask him also. So I think I'm just gonna go with Rey.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rey. He unmasks Gable. I think that'd be really funny, because I don't think that they have a long-term plan on who Gable learned Lucha Libre from.
Yeah.
No, neither do I.
If it's Gable, could be Omos, who knows? And then I think that it will end up being Gable that's unmasked at Mania, and then Gable is going to go to Dom and be like, dude, your dude did not teach me anything. And Dom is like, that was me. And Dom just stole like $500 from him. I think
whatever works for Dom, works for me.
Imagine if it was almost just comes back and like starts doing like spike ranas and stuff.
I mean, pretty amazing.
Bro, that man is too tall to even attempt a spike rana. You need to extend the ring by like another 20 feet width-wise.
So Courtney has also put Rey Mysterio to win. I too have also put Rey Mysterio to win. As much of your thoughts the same, a way to get around the card. I'm enjoying the El Grande Americano stuff, but I don't think it's going to last very long. Also, so let's move on to another match. Let's go for Drew versus Damian. Johnny and Marissa, do you want to go first for this one?
Oh my God, I forgot that was happening.
This is like,
yep.
Though the build hasn't been great, I'm very excited for this one.
Oh, it better be Drew. Oh, it's Drew, 100%. It better be Drew. I'm going to be mad if it's Drew. You'll watch me crash out.
I think it's Drew, because I think that The Rock helps him. and it becomes very.
Oh, right. You think, yeah.
Everyone gets to see the pieces of why did Drew attack night 1? Oh, The Rock just helped him night 2. Drew's a part of the Rock. And I also think that Damian could be a part of this team WWE. We've seen him align with Cody. I could see Cody getting taken out at Mania, possibly.
Against my
and
will.
then Damian is kind of seen as one of the big baby faces going forward for Team WWE.
That's an option. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a choice. Not one I agree.
I feel like this feud hasn't had very long to build. Also, I feel like Drew's still down on his look, and I think he needs the win here. Definitely think Drew needs the win. Courtney also has put Drew to win. Ross, do you want to give your thoughts?
Yeah, shout out my friend Lily, who constantly just now only sends me Drew McIntyre edits because she's now found Drew McIntyre.
That's great. That's great.
She doesn't
even watch wrestling.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. She used to watch wrestling, fell off it, stopped watching it for ages, and then it started landing on our For You page as soon as Drew got his eye injury and an eye patch, and she just kept sending me edits of that. And I'm just like, okay, cool. But I'm also
sounds like
Drew.
you're doing God's work, to be honest.
Yeah. But I'm also Drew. Like, no disrespect to Damian, but as soon as he's moved to SmackDown, I've just kind of stopped having the interest with him. Yeah. Like, for me, he was a lot more fun and a lot more enjoyable still having back and forth with Judgment Day and being the Terror Twins. I know they wanted to elevate Rhea to do solo stuff and him go to a different brand and solo stuff there. But it's kind of just they inserted him to look like he was going to go for the main title to now he's fell completely backwards. And I get it. It happens with the shuffle of different rosters, different people. But I've just not cared for him more and more every time I've seen him on the chat, and I'm just it's one of those. I think Drew needs the win more than anyone, and I like the idea that you said of maybe The Rock coming and helping him. I think that would really push Drew even further with the storyline stuff, and it would make sense with how much Drew has crashed out and been disrespected. Like the fact of he's got an eye injury and he's still forced to do a Mania match is crazy when other people have had to, like, no disrespect to Kevin Owens because we know it's real with Kevin Owens' injury, but like same stipulation. Person's had an injury, they're off the card. Drew's currently injured. No, you've got to wrestle. Like if he could very much play into the I'm being screwed, so I'm going to join the corporate side so I can get other people screwed over. So yeah, Drew to win on my side.
Cool. Reese?
I sincerely hope that Drew McIntyre is becoming like corporate, joining with The Rock. He was one of my top picks to do it because if not, then why are we having this match? Both of these guys deserve so much more. Like Damian Priest in the Slammies like predictions, like a couple of weeks ago, I voted Damian Priest as my superstar of the year for 2024, just because I think he came out looking the best out of everybody. He had an amazing title run, like better than Gunther. He kind of elevated himself to a true star, someone who a lot of people didn't think maybe could like carry a brand. And for a while on Raw, he was carrying the brand. Drew, we all know what Drew is capable of with his feud with CM Punk last year. And these guys are just in a nothing match at WrestleMania. So something needs to happen.
Yeah,
I think personally, Damian Priest is probably going to win this, just because I feel like for quite a lot of this rivalry, Drew has been getting the upper hand, like a lot. Every single time they have a fight, it's usually Drew who comes out on top, apart from the glass one. But Drew McIntyre is usually beating the crap out of Damian Priest.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Damian Priest for this. Hopefully, either of these guys can move on to something better after the WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go for Tiffany versus Charlotte next for the Women's World Championship. Russ, do you want to go first?
I mean, I went on a massive crash out about how much I currently hate Charlotte Flair for the antics she has done. Like, talk about living up to her father's expectations of going into business for yourself.
God damn.
Hey ho, like, sorry, Tiffany has to win this.
Is her father Hulk Hogan?
Just as bad.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
I'm sorry, how many times did Ric Flair go into business for himself? Quite a lot, to be perfectly honest.
I suppose, but for God, I hate. Sorry, carry on.
But like, it just angers me because Charlotte's completely gone off script, and it has done no favors to this feud at all. Like, it's actually destroyed what could have been a really good opportunity for both of them, and it sucks for me to watch it because I know how much Tiffany said Charlotte was an idol to her. That was one of the things that really pushed the way for her to get into the industry. And just to see the way Charlotte has behaved with her and took it to a, I'm going to make you sink or swim level, and went off script, did quite a low blow with the taking the piss out of her voice. I think that wasn't needed, and it looked very childish in the feud. Like, if you're going to be a heel and you're going to mock someone, you do it in the right manner. You don't cut them off mid-promo and then go, oh, sorry, can't hear you, you squeaky, because that's like playground insults, and it lowered the value of the whole feud. And yeah, Tiffy's only recently won it. She won via a cash-in against such a dominant force being in Nia Jax, and we've kind of just forgot about Nia Jax now. So I want Tiffy to still retain, and then SummerSlam, it either turn into a triple threat with Nia Jax being involved, or Candice LeRae thinks it's time for her to step up. She's sick of Tiffany's disrespect, and we get a Candice and Tiffany. I just think there's better options for Tiffany holding the belt and continuing it than Charlotte. I've said this multiple times. I think Charlotte needs finally a feud where a title picture is not involved, and it is a storyline build-up, not a build-up to I'm going to get my next title and I'm going to beat my dad's record. It's like, we don't need that.
Yeah.
Like, be independent.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tiffy. Just Tiffy.
Absolutely, like, agree. Like, I was so excited for Charlotte. I'm not a really big Charlotte fan and never have been. I was so excited for Charlotte to come back at Rumble. I was like, yes, somebody to come back, somebody to shake things up, somebody to do something different with the newer talent that's come up, and then she has just completely blown that out the window. I again hate her. I do not give a shit about Charlotte Flair anymore. If she didn't come back at the Rumble, I wouldn't even care now. I have got Tiffany to win this. I think she needs to take that win. I think Charlotte has been incredibly unfair and unreasonable towards Tiffany in this entire feud. I don't think she's helped her at all. If anything, she's made it worse. And I'm just not here for the way that she's treating Tiffany. I don't think it's fair at all. So yeah, I'm going to take Tiffany for the win on this one. And Courtney has also taken Tiffany for the win on this one. Marissa and Johnny, do you want to give your thoughts?
I guess I'll be the heel here. I'm taking Charlotte. I think Charlotte's winning this. I think that I don't see a lot of the next feuds for Tiffany. I think that would make sense for her to drop the title and kind of. I think that they're going to kind of do what they did with Rhea, where Charlotte beat Rhea, and then Rhea had to build herself back up, and then Rhea became who she is. I think that the same thing's going to happen to Tiffany. I think it will also gain a lot of more sympathy for Tiffany, because I don't think Tiffany's a great babyface right now, but right now she's getting a lot of sympathy because she's against Charlotte Flair, who everybody hates. I think we're going towards like Charlotte Jade next for the title or something. I do agree, though. I think that Charlotte, without the title for like a year, where she's not injured, she's just genuinely doing stories without the title for like a year, would be so much more interesting for her. I actually liked when Charlotte was teaming with Shotzi before she got hurt, that I was like, oh, cool, she's doing something different. And it also elevated Shotzi. Something like that was like really cool and exciting. I hope that they're not doing Charlotte Becky yet, because I just feel like going away from that for a little bit is probably the right move. I think Becky should be doing stuff with like Lyra or somebody. But yeah, I think Charlotte's taking that title.
Nice.
This is the one that I'm a little torn on. Please excuse my dog.
Don't apologize.
Because I really wanted it to be Tiffany. I just don't trust that that's what they're going to do. I want it to be Tiffany. I'm worried it's going to be Charlotte, because it's always Charlotte.
It's always Charlotte.
Always Charlotte.
So I'm a little torn. I think I'll go with Charlotte, because I feel like that's probably what's going to happen. I think I like kind of like bitchy, sassy, funny Charlotte, the newer version of her that we've had, and then like everybody else, the whole fiasco promo just kind of took me out a little bit of everything. So I feel like it's gonna be Charlotte, but I would like it to be Tiffany, but I feel like it's probably gonna be Charlotte. So.
Yeah.
Reese?
I was so looking forward to Charlotte coming back. I mean, I think I said this even before the Rumble. I have actually missed her a little bit, and I think it was a case of like absence makes the heart grow fonder, because as soon as we got into this feud, I remember why I hated her so much.
Yep.
Like I remember why. Like I didn't miss you when you first left. Like, all due respect, you know, to your injury and stuff like that. That's a whole different story. But I'm just gonna basically repeat what I said on the video. Like, never have I seen a bigger example of that doesn't work for me, brother, since that guy in the red and yellow ran around in the 80s. Honestly, like, you've got someone here who just refuses to pivot her character to help out someone who, this is her first WrestleMania, her first big time main event feud, and her attitude towards this is sink or swim. And to that I say, what if the people who Charlotte was facing when she was coming up had that attitude towards her? We wouldn't have a 14-time women's champion. We wouldn't have the Queen. We wouldn't have any of that. It's very selfish. It absolutely stinks of someone trying to not lose their place on the pecking order, and intentionally trying to make your opponent look crap helps out nobody. It really doesn't. Like, the whole point of a heel is to make the babyface, like, you know, look like a strong babyface, and vice versa. Like, you know, the babyface has a job to make the heel look dastardly. But Charlotte just looked unprofessional. Like, she looked unprofessional. It looked like the crowd really got to her, which I was very surprised about, because usually she can take criticism from the crowd. The whole squeaky thing was absolutely ridiculous. Kaiser's in my DMs. It's Nepo Queen constantly interrupting Tiffany on that satellite call from the week before. It was so hard to watch. I was like, what are we doing here? It's actually made me not want to watch the match, which is crazy, because 6 months ago, this was one of my dream matches. I want to see Charlotte versus Tiffany. I was saying that in NXT. I want to see Charlotte versus Tiffany one day. I no longer want to see Charlotte versus Tiffany. I don't care. I don't want to see it anymore. If this is what we're getting, I don't want to see it ever again. Tiffany, win this match. Move on. Go face someone else. Go have your rematch with Nia Jax that you never really got. I'd rather see that, to be honest with you. But Charlotte needs to go away again. I don't even care. I'm not going to mince words. She needs to go away. There is, in my opinion, I think what's going on in her personal life is affecting her professional 100%. Mindset. Her professional mindset. And my answer to that is, I have sympathy for what you're going through in your personal life. I really do. But if it is affecting your work, where you have to put over other talent, you have to work with other people, where you have to sell a match and a story to me, then you just need to go away for a little bit longer. That's just me.
No, 100%. No, I agree with everything you're saying there.
Yeah, like, take a couple of mental days off, dude.
Well, it's not even just the mental health side of it. It's like, I think the bombshell of that happening, they should have pivoted the story to a situation where Charlotte realized she couldn't compete and get Tiffany someone else. Like, if you knew she was going to go off the rails, go off script, be the way that she had been to Tiffany, then I think the bookers and I think backstage team should have approached Charlotte a lot heavier. I mean, like, look, we can tell you're not good. This isn't going to work because it's not working in the favor of the storyline. I know you're trying to be a heel, but this is not how we need to go about it. And they should have, like, discussed better alternative plans with her, because I think what proper sent it off the rails is the whole fact of that whole line of, like, oh, what are you, 0-3? But that's because Tiffany finally lost her absolute rag. And I'm sorry.
Do you know what, dude? I'll give you that. But at the same time, she fell off the wagon on this storyline way before this. Like I said, when
100%.
when she was giving her a load of crap on the satellite call, when she was like the whole squeaky thing came before the 0-3 comment, and I've always said like Charlotte is very talented in the ring. I think she's probably maybe the first or second best horsewoman in that ring. I've never had a problem with her as a heel because I always thought she cut good promos as well. I always had a problem with her character is literally I need to go and win a championship. That's different. I understand that. But as her as a heel, I always liked. But this is not the Charlotte that I know. This feels like she's distracted by something, or she just is not invested or interested in putting anyone over, and she is solely focused on putting herself over. That's just me, though.
I like this Charlotte more than I like normal Charlotte. I think normal Charlotte is more boring, in my opinion, because it is more of just, and we argue about this all the time. I like Cody because I think Cody is kind of like just like top guy, kind of bland, right? And that's kind of how I've always felt about Charlotte. I think Charlotte kind of going into this, if they're okay with talking about the personal life, which it felt like she was not okay with that.
Yeah.
It feels like a more like vicious side is about to be brought out of Charlotte that I'm really interested in seeing in. I just think that the problem is that it's just always for a championship. I am excited for this match just off the bat that some wrestlers genuinely don't like each other, but when they go in the ring, it's awesome. Sean and Brett's probably the biggest example of that. And
Seth and Punk. Drew and Punk.
Drew and Punk. Like, if they can have that professionalism in the ring, I do think that this genuinely could steal the night.
Fair.
I agree to a lot of that. But as I was like reiterating back to the point I was saying when Reese added to it, Tiffany just gave the receipt because Tiffany was fed up. And I think that's valid enough for any wrestler to do. If you know you're getting very much the whole promos against you, everything, and it's going to a vicious side where it's destroying the character, destroying the storyline, and you have every right to defend yourself and clap back. And that's what I think Tiffany did excellently well in there. And rolling out of the ring before it escalated even further, she walked away from the situation, and Charlotte still felt like she had to get the last word in. Like the Kaiser in my DMs felt like just very much I have to get my last word in. Like, I understand getting a vicious side, adding personal matters into it. Perfect example I've leaned on when explaining feuds like that. Look at what Swerve and Hangman did.
Right.
So, like, Swerve broke into the house of Hangman's brand new child and stared down the child. Hangman burnt the brand new house that Swerve bought.
Yeah.
Like, them two went to that extreme level of now it's personal, but they still made it work into the story.
Yeah.
If you're going to make it professional, like if you're going to make it personal, there still needs to be that underline of professionalism. And this didn't come across like that for me.
No, but I think it was on both sides, though. I think that the 0-3 comment, even though Charlotte was being unprofessional, I do think that was like, I personally think that was a step too far, as we had seen what Charlotte had like literally done in the interview like the day before or the day of. I think that also may be something that WWE goes, oh, Tiffany, when she goes into the hot water, how does she handle it? And that may be Charlotte testing her, or that may be going in the back, which I think Fightful had said WWE was not happy with like any of that. If I'm Tiffany, I'm very frustrated from this feud because
100%
thing was the stepping over on the satellite, because it just felt like, all right, I'm gonna eat you alive. And in wrestling, you gotta have a dance partner. Like, it's not this isn't UFC. It's not just I'm gonna pummel you.
Exactly.
And I think that Tiffany needs a big moment, but I think it would make all the sense in the world for Charlotte to step over her entire time, have the ego go crazy, and then she loses. I just think in WWE, it's like it's death, taxes, and Charlotte Flair wins a title. So
that's the real talk. That is too real. That is too real.
Right, let's move on then, because we've still got 7 matches to get through. So next we will go for Jade versus Naomi. Marissa and Johnny, do you want to go first?
You know, I originally just kind of assumed that Jade was gonna win this, and I'm not a big Jade stan of any sort. But you mentioned you thought Naomi would win for the heel heat, and I'd kind of like to roll with that. So I think I'm gonna switch it up, and I think I am gonna go with Naomi. I also just am absolutely in love with everything that Naomi is doing in this heel character. This has been one of I think probably the best build story wise of anybody, and I also cannot believe that this is the first women's match that's non-title at WrestleMania in like a million. It's like what, since
20 years,
22.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Yeah.
And even then, that was like a pillow fight. So shout out to these
That
girls.
doesn't even really count,
No,
really,
literally
to be
was.
honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna go with Naomi.
Okay.
I think Jade is probably the logical pick.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she's probably going to have a pretty similar like kind of rise as Charlotte. Like they're going to be in the title picture and everything. But not a lot of times I'm just going to pick with my heart, but I'm going to pick with my heart here, bro. Naomi is so good. She is like one of my favorite things going on in wrestling. This is the best built story in my personal opinion of like anything. Give me this over Cena and Cody.
Relax.
I love Naomi and Jade. I think Naomi's winning this. I hope she wins by cheating, putting even more heat on her.
Yes.
She's awesome.
Cool. Ross?
I agree.
So I'm in the same boat, but I also just want to add, I really hope they put Naomi and Jade just before Rhea, Io.
They're on separate nights. They're on
which
different
sucks, which I wanted. I wish they did it. And the reason why, and I'm going to make this very clear, the reason why I still wanted it to make sense that Bianca had that focused on her mind and she would go in. I would have loved to see Naomi win, beating the living hell out of Jade, where Jade is like battered, broken, nearly as bad as her injuries as the last time she got hit with the car and everything. And as Bianca's walking out, they're stretchering Jade up like she's that bad. Medical team have been getting everyone else walking out. And that would have set Bianca's mind of like, right, it's do or die time, but I'm panicking about my friend. So she would be distracted and that would cost her. I think that plays into a better story for Bianca because I think there is a lot more unfinished business with Bianca's story with Jade and Naomi. I feel her being in this title picture scenario doesn't work in its correct favor in my eyes.
I wanted them to do a triple threat.
Bianca,
Naomi and Jade. Because so they did a triple threat, but not the one I wanted. I wanted Bianca and the other one.
I was so confused why Bianca wasn't included.
It's kind of happening in the way that I said, where I was like, I really want it to be like Jade doesn't trust Bianca. Bianca didn't do it, but Jade doesn't believe her. She's like, I know Naomi, you've been hanging out with her this whole time. Why should I believe that you didn't know she was going to do that or whatever? Yeah. And then it becomes a triple threat. And then Bianca sacrifices herself. Jade wins, pins Naomi. And then they get whatever after that. I just don't see much like the purpose of the other. To be honest.
Agree. So, I agree on that a lot. The only cool storyline out of this is that all three in this women's triple threat is the fact of they are Triple H's girls. They were the best of NXT that he pushed, like all three of those girls, and they've all held the NXT belts. But it once again, it's like it kind of undermines Io and Rhea for me. Like I know Bianca won the chamber to get in that situation, but personally, I think it would have been cooler if she was going against Tiffany.
Oh,
that'd be fun. Yeah.
Because like that's your new generation black and gold, black and gold NXT versus the new generation of NXT. They both have high flying abilities. They both do strength, athleticism. It would have been a really unique match of like who has the better cardio, who has the better athleticism. Whereas this match is more just right, all three of you really want this belt for whatever reason. You've all had past history. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. And it's kind of like, as I said, it just kind of feels Bianca's slot has gone missing and it should be involved in the Naomi and Jade. Yeah. That's why I want Naomi to win, because if somehow, even though I don't want it to happen, if somehow Bianca wins the world title, cool, Naomi can get in the title picture going for Bianca at least. Yeah. So for me, it's all positives if Naomi wins, especially because they need to do that because Jade is still fresh to the company. She's got years on her. Look how long Naomi's been there. She went and left, got a championship in TNA, and was that good in TNA. They had to bring her back. Like, you've got to do something and not let her go by the wayside. You've got to build on the momentum of how good a heel she is right now.
Yep.
Agreed. Reese?
I don't have much to say about this match, to be honest. I agree. It's probably one of the best stories.
Yeah.
It is a bit confusing that Bianca's not been a bigger part of it, I will admit. But Naomi's done some great work. Stretch this out. Give me 3 matches. Have Naomi win the first one. I don't even mind if Jade wins the next 2. But Naomi needs to win the first one by cheating. Her X game at the moment has been hilarious. Did anyone see what she said? I think
Yeah.
She's been
that was so funny. Like the Big Jim comment. Oh my god.
I like Big Jim.
Yeah, shout out Big Jim. Yeah. Naomi for the win.
nice. I have also gone for Naomi for the win. Courtney has also gone for Naomi for the win. I am really enjoying Naomi's work right now. I think she's great as a heel. I think she's been doing some fantastic stuff. I am really confused as to why Bianca is not involved in this more. I think a lot of people are thinking that. But yeah, pretty much what you guys said, all the same stuff. So yeah, Naomi for the win. So let's go on to LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. Ross, I'm going to let you go first on this one.
You know what I mean? It's simple. Yeah, sorry. It's got to be Fatu. Like, that guy is a gift to wrestling. As soon as they grabbed him and got him on the roster, he's been insane to watch. He's been a guy I've enjoyed watching outside of WWE, so seeing him in the WWE ring. He's not skipped a beat. Promo-wise, I still think he holds some of the really strong, rebuttals to people. Especially the fact of some of the things he said went over people's head. Like, still to this day, I think the promo against Damien where he said, you can get your hair braided, but don't get it twisted, was such an iconic line that people were just like, what? But yeah, I think Jacob Fatu getting the belt makes sense for the storyline of the Bloodline right now because Solo and my mind went back. My brain went. No, I nearly said Tanga Loa, and I was like, no, he's injured.
Oh God, no, not him. No.
Yeah, no, I'm a Tanga boy as well. This is what sucks for me. I'm a Gorillas of Destiny fan, diehard Gorillas of Destiny fan. My brain just went to a sieve for a second.
Ain't nobody realer, Ross. Ain't nobody realer.
Ain't nobody realer than Gorilla. I've seen them live 3 times and I fucking brain forgot them. No, I think this adds so much to the story if Jacob Fatu gets the goal because now it puts Solo in a very awkward position of oh well, damn, maybe Fatu should be leading because he's got the gold now. But yeah, and personally, I just kind of want Tama Tonga to go and do his own thing with Tangaloa once he's healed up and back. Give me actual Gorillas of Destiny properly because we got glimpses of it and it then died. And yeah, there's still unanswered questions. Is Bronson Reed still going to be a part of the Bloodline? Because you tied him into it for the War Games and then haven't gave me anything. So
that SmackDown tag team division already is fire. Can you imagine if you had the Gorilla Destinies to it? That'd be so good.
That's what I'm saying. We got glimpses of it, and then we also had Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga as a tag team, and I'm like, okay, that's the unorthodox pick I wouldn't have done, seeing as you've got multiple time tag champions in the 2 brothers. But I'm not going to complain. But yeah, I think if Fatu gets the gold, he becomes de facto leader in whatever this new Bloodline storyline goes. But I think it will also build into a tension of Solo and Fatu butting heads, and then Tama Tonga is going to have to be right, I've got to choose a side. What the hell's going on here? And it'll be very interesting to see where that dynamic goes. So yeah, I've got to go with Fatu, and it's no disrespect to LA Knight, but he feels very transitional again. Because he was transitional for Shinsuke, and he feels like he's going to be transitional for this now.
Yeah, I mean, LA Knight is a great guy, don't get me wrong. He has had a great run previously with the United States Championship bout, but I do feel like it is Jacob Fatu's time. His promos are on point, his wrestling is on point. He is just all round a good, great guy within like wrestling, and I feel like a person like that holding a belt brings so much traction to it. So I'm going to go for Jacob Fatu to win this one because, as you said, a lot of stuff's going with the bloodline with Solo and Jacob. I feel like they need to make a move on that sometime soon because they're not really doing anything right now. We have like this tension between Jacob and Solo, but there's nothing there moving it. So having a bout on Jacob would be something for Solo to then get jealous and be envy of, which would then move that forward, which I think would be a great thing and another storyline building somewhere else. So yeah, I'm going to go for Jacob Fatu to win. Courtney has also gone for Jacob Fatu to win.
Nice.
Johnny and Marissa, do you want to go for your predictions?
I'm gonna go with Jacob also. Obviously, I love Jacob Fatu so much, and I love Tama Tonga. Fun fact: I hated him when he first came in. I did, and now I love him. I love him so much. I follow him on Twitter, and he does a lot of like the really girly emojis with like the little nails.
Yeah, so he's done that for years.
I call him Girly Pop now. He pops up, and I'm like, oh my God, Girly Pop, look at you. I think the same thing with Solo Jacob, but I'm gonna make it about me and say that I hope that Randy faces Solo, and then he gives me what I've been asking for like a decade, brings the punt back, punts Solo goes out for a while, take a little break, recover, take your time, and then when he comes back, Jacob's already running the bloodline, and that's what gives us
I like that.
Solo at SummerSlam. But I also agree, G, like putting the title on him it's gonna elevate this title, which is what we've pretty much been waiting for so long. I feel like it's been sitting in this like really sad little like mid-card hell for a while, and I feel like Jacob is the only person that could really elevate it. So I think it's Jacob.
I love all of that. I love all of that. A couple weeks ago, I said Jacob. I'm going LA Knight.
What is wrong with you?
I'm going LA Knight because you're so close. You're so close.
I'm on it.
What I think personally is going to happen is that Solo is accidentally going to cost Jacob. He's going to screw Jacob, and the LA Knight is going to retain. We're going to see LA Knight drop the title relatively soon. It's going to be to Alistair, Rusev, Ray Fenix, somebody like that. I don't know who. Whatever.
What are you doing? What's happening?
I think that Solo costs Jacob. So then on night 2, when Randy has his match against probably Solo, Jacob is like, "You better get it done for the family." And then he's gonna lose.
Shout out Tony D'Angelo.
Because Solo is not gonna beat Randy. And Randy is going to hit the punt. He's finally gonna do the punt. It's gonna be on Tama Tonga. It's gonna be on Girly Pop. It's gonna be on Girly Pop. Tama Tonga.
No, don't punt Tama.
And that is going to be the driving force. That Jacob goes, "You just hurt Tama. You failed twice at Mania now for us. This is all your fault." That will lead to their feud without the title.
Oh my God, I'm taking the microphone from you. Get away. No, we're not doing any of that. Oh my God.
No more.
Oh my God. No, I hated all of that. No.
Yeah, Tama Tonga's eating that punt, bro.
No.
It's not punt.
Come on, man. Somebody else talk. No, you're done. You're done.
I don't think you want me to talk because you might have swayed me there. Not gonna lie, I like the sound of that. Jacob Fatu's done really well over the past year. Like he's really cemented himself. Like in my opinion, thanks to the tutelage and the leadership of the real tribal chief Solo Sikoa. He has a lot to answer for there. With Jacob Fatu, I think that it's only a matter of time until he wins a championship, and Mania seems like the perfect time to do it. But is it too easy? Is that option too simple? You know, is LA Knight losing the title to Jacob Fatu like a foregone conclusion, something that we're all expecting? And is this going to be the match that we get swerved on?
We're going to get swerved.
No,
we're getting swerved.
We're not swerving. No, swerve is an AEW. Keep it over there.
I think we might get swerved. Prince Nana is coming out and costing.
I'll lose it.
He's just there on the ramp. Just distracting.
Swerve is like, you got
I'm-
so much to answer for on Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's like, where were you, dude?
I was just in Vegas, like gambling on some things. Don't worry about it.
It's like if cam footage comes out and Strickland's like, what the fuck? What do you-
Yeah. What do you mean?
I'm gonna go with LA Knight. Screw it. Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Convinced.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
LA Knight
Yeah.
for the win. For similar reasons why, because obviously, like Jacob having the title, either way it works for the whole storyline with the bloodline. But I think it works better if he's got a true reason to be angry at Solo for, and I think him costing him the US title is a feud starter. So I'm gonna go with LA Knight.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right, let's move into the women's tag match we have on this card, which is Liv and Raquel versus Lyra and Bailey. I don't get this match. I don't care about this match. Why is Lyra not defending her bout? Just don't. I've gone for Liv and Raquel to retain on this one because I feel like if anything, we may get Lyra versus Bailey down the line, and them maybe costing the match for themselves will start that feud somewhere. Is where I see that going. So yeah, I've gone for Liv and Raquel to retain. Courtney has gone for Bailey and Lyra to win,
Wow.
which I'm a bit like, Lyra with a double belt. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but yeah, I'm going to go for Liv and Raquel to retain on the fact that I can't see them giving another belt to Lyra. Russ, do you want to give your thoughts?
I mean, WWE like the Irish with double belts.
They do.
Just putting it out there, but no, I'm 100% Liv and Raquel. A lot of people obviously saying about it, and I think we're very much going to have Bailey versus Lyra Backlash because it's going to turn into a situation where Bailey's going to cost Lyra or Lyra's going to cost Bailey, and it's the most obvious storyline of one of them's a champion. Can they coexist as a tag team? No, they can't because one of them wants the belt. Like they do it all the time. It's obvious. It's going to be a case of Raquel and Liv will win, especially because it's Judgment Day antics. You'll see the boys come out and cause some commotion. So
Carlito comes out in like a wheelchair because his ribs are so screwed.
Still an apple.
No, that's not Carlito. That's not Carlito. That's his twin brother, Arlito, because you know Carlito died from that spear.
Oh yeah.
God, Reese, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I could not give less of a shit about this match if I tried. Like it's so I don't understand why Lyra and Bailey won the gauntlet. I don't understand why the Meta Girls weren't in the gauntlet. I don't understand why. Yeah, for real. I don't understand why you didn't give it to Kaden and Katana, seeing as though they're an actual tag team. I don't understand why you don't bring up an NXT tag team like Zaruka. Just anything apart from this would work great because, as I've previously mentioned, we've got a 72-hour pre-show. We could have had the match that we had on Raw, Bailey versus Lycaria, that's a word, on the pre-show. We could have had that. I don't understand why they put it on Raw for nothing.
Yeah, it's...
oh god, it pisses me off. And I'm going to go with Judgment Day. That's all I've got to say about it. It's a nothing match, and nothing matches shouldn't be on WrestleMania. I'm upset about it.
Okay, so here's my thing. Okay, respectfully, sending all the respect, sir. It can't be a nothing match when you have the greatest women's world champion of all time. Okay, former world champion, but that's my bitch. That's my girl. Okay, I know
Bailey is really good.
I know
agree.
it all sucks.
It is.
Okay, it sucks. Okay, it's a bad tag team choice. Okay, and all of it sucks. And I'm gonna live in the delusion that I'm really excited about it anyway. Okay, I'm just happy she's on the card. Okay, I thought they were putting her on the card. So,
are we on about Bailey here? Yeah.
No,
surely we're on about Bailey.
Oh, sorry, Rossi. I think you're disconnecting. I can't hear you. So. No.
I don't remember Raquel.
Were we watching the same world champion? Were we watching the same world champion?
Yes, we were. Yes, we were. Greatest women's world champion of all time. Greatest couple in wrestling history, not just WWE. Any couple ever.
Raquel and Braun Strowman. Raquel and Braun Strowman. They were great. To be fair,
They scare me. That scares me. Actually,
Yeah, for real.
That's
Like
that
Luke,
scares me.
it's like
No, right,
like Luke Cage and Jessica Jones dating each other.
Yeah, that scares me. I'm obviously going with Liv and Raquel. They are probably going to do what you said, Ross, do the whole one as a title and then they fight and then it's a problem and it's a whole thing. I'm just going to live in ignorance is bliss and just be happy Liv's on the card and pretend that this is a fun match. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I think Liv and
I'll let you have
Raquel.
that.
Thank you.
Liv and Raquel are winning this. I would be shocked to see Lyra and Bailey win. I'm actually really excited for this match because Liv is probably like one of the top 5 this year, if not number 1 so far this year. And just terms of like in-ring consistency, her and Bailey were awesome. The tag match that they had with Bianca and Naomi was probably the best match in WWE this year.
Her match with Io was good.
Her match with Io is good, but that's just because that's Io Sky. She's the greatest of all time.
Facts.
So like, I'm actually really, really excited for this match. I think that this could be a show stealer. I think basically all the women could be show stealers off this card.
Yeah.
And but I personally am going to live in delusion and say that Roxanne is going to come out and cost Bailey and Lyra, and that will then cause even more delusion for me that because all 3 of them are beating up Liv, Raquel, and Roxanne are beating up Lyra and Bailey, we are going to see the return of the actual GOAT of WWE, Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
I'm so down. If that happened, I'd pop so
God.
hard.
If
That'd
it
be
doesn't
so
happen now, I'm
sick.
coming after you because she's done.
See, and then it makes you sad if it doesn't happen.
I'm convinced. I've lived in delusion for so long that Becky's gonna be a part of this mania. But
she said in an interview a couple of days ago that she was done with wrestling for a while, but I don't know if that's just her swerving us.
That's gonna. Every wrestler says that when they retire, they're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna come to wrestling again." A few weeks later, I'm here.
I know, right?
I think this was probably supposed to be Alexa and Nikki, and for whatever reason, that got cut. I think that we were probably going to get Bailey, Roxanne. So I really hope that Roxanne literally doesn't just get the countdown.
I think
for NXT. So
I think the Alexa Nikki that you were saying got cut is because still some of the Wyatt 6 members are injured. Both. But I know Bo was, and I know Dexter had like an undisclosed injury for a little bit of time. So I think because they hadn't had chance to build the storyline of that, and the thing is with Wyatt 6, it definitely needs story time to build it because of the mysteriousness of it.
Wyatt 6.
Like, it winds me up though when you take like an entire faction off TV. Like for example, you wouldn't take the whole of the Judgment Day off TV if, let's say, Finn got injured, would you? It annoys me when they do that.
Yeah, I agree on that. It gives the opportunity for other people in the faction that aren't being built up as much. Maybe they get to the story push and have more solo stuff. But if that's their decision with the Wyatt 6, it has to be all 6. That's what's going to happen.
I just feel like especially with it being the girls, like you could have put Nikki out there by themselves. Like if you don't want to do like half the guys, then whatever, take all the guys off TV. There's enough men on my screen at all times anyway. But you could at least put the women out on TV.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree. Especially with the fact of like how Nikki's story is of being the sister Abigail,
right?
And like if we look at old Dexter's artwork stuff, and we look at the old way Bray Wyatt used to do the booking of Sister Abigail as well, she can easily target people. Like Dexter Lumis could have left artwork in the Wyatt Six's new house that they have or whatever. Nikki picks it up, and like the more and more picks up pieces of this artwork that's being lingered, as Alexa being the new target of either you fight me or you join me. And she targets her separately. It's very easy to book it, but we know WWE are scared to do it without Bo being there to oversee it, and then also the rest of them having their involvement because they want all the creepiness as a full package.
Yeah, I get that.
If Becky comes out, there's a 5-star match. I'm just saying.
Oh, 100%. If Becky comes out, I'll take back the comments I said about Liv Morgan just getting another Mania match because it's Liv.
Rue comes out and saves Bailey.
Liv might go.
Liv was last year. Her and Drew were my MVPs.
Yeah,
I get that.
I get it.
I just don't mold with Liv as a character, but that's my personal.
We could not disagree more with you.
No, I know. This is what makes me laugh. Like you're not wrong with your statement of like Liv being on the card and it's them gonna win. Like this is one of the only times I've actually agreed with like a Liv stan. But like there are many wrestlers.
I'm not as crazy as the ones on Twitter. I'm a normal.
Oh yeah, no, I know that. Trust me, I've had to deal with the ones on Twitter, and so has Courtney. Trust me, we live on this podcast vicariously, and we ignore Twitter because we don't stand Liv. It's not like
I love Twitter. I love reading the drama.
Like, it's not that I don't think she's good. It's not that I don't think she can do the work, because she really can. It's just her character doesn't interest me, and it doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah.
Like, I said this every time when she was doing like this whole the revenge tour. I was like, it's not really a tour because you're focusing on one person.
But
So
there were other things. She went to different cities.
Yeah, then she started doing she started doing that. But when she first started being like, I'm on my revenge tour, my first target is Rhea, and then 4 months of it was just Rhea. I'm like,
I think WWE booked that really, really poorly.
Awfully.
But I just I'm shocked. I mean, Liv, like, you know, when we seen her, it wasn't ever like she was this god awful wrestler in the ring. But just like over the last year, I've just been like, damn, some of my favorite matches in WWE have been.
She really.
Her character has really clicked.
Yeah.
Like I think in the Riot Squad, it didn't click for me when she was pretending to be hardcore against Rousey. It didn't click for me. This whole like sinister just bitch has like really clicked for me. Yeah. Like I think she does it really well. Ha 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 ha.
Nice. Right, we've got 4 matches left, so let's go for the Intercontinental match. A fatal 4-way between Bron Breakker, Finn Balor, Penta, and Dominic Mysterio. Go on, Marissa, since you're so excited.
Daddy Dom is winning. He's so winning. I don't care about anybody else or anything else. Let Punk win the fucking triple threat for all I care. Daddy Dom is winning the title. He shall have gold in 2025, and I will simply not accept anything else. And if you don't agree with me, I'm sorry, you're wrong. That's it.
Damn.
I think Dom is also
preach.
I think that Liv is going to help out Dom. She's going to take out Finn, but I think that Liv is eating the spear from Braun.
I don't know why you.
Oh my god!
That's going to happen. I feel like they're very, very selective for what would happen, you know, with somebody doing that. Like, they'll allow Randy to do that, but they won't allow most wrestlers. I just get the feeling like they'll allow Braun to do that. And I think that Braun's going to take out Liv, and then Dom's going to go,
now I'm going to kill you.
I can pin you. And then
Braun just creeps me out. I don't like Braun.
I like Braun.
How dare you, madam? How dare you?
He does bark a lot. He does everything. It's so fucking irritating.
He's a freak, to be fair. He's a Steiner. Like, so
that too. I just like, I don't know. He's too tan, and I don't like him.
He's too tanned.
His tan is rivaling MJF's.
I
mean, 2 for Dom off the bat. That's great.
2 schmucks.
Ross?
I guess I'm wrong. I guess I'm just gonna say I'm wrong.
Good to accept it. Accept it. Yes.
Dom's not winning this one. I agree he's going to. I agree he's going to win gold, but that's going to be at SummerSlam. I think Finn wins this one.
I knew you were going to say that.
Finn gets a reign, and then the rivalry builds between Finn and Dom. Dom's fed up of Finn pushing him aside, Finn acting like a leader. When Judgment Day from day one has been, there is no leader. You should listen to what I'm saying as much as I've been listening to you. You know what? I'm fed up at this. If we're now going to start acting like there's leaders, fine, let's make it the person that holds the belt. I'm going to take the belt from you. And Liv will help him do that. I think people want Finn to finally get a push again and a title again. And I think doing it with a mid-card belt is better than nothing. And it still helps elevate Dom, because it now puts the situation of Dom can completely reshape his faction in his image, get rid of Finn, which then leaves the option of when JD's fully healed, Finn and JD can team back up, be a tag team, go against Carlito and Dom, being like, right, old Judgment Day, new Judgment Day, again. They can repeat those angles again.
Right. That all makes sense. No.
I could also.
I'm irritated that made sense. But I still don't want them to do that.
that could also lead if Dom ends up winning a SummerSlam.
No, he's winning now. Stop.
Also lead to Liv having a moment where maybe she wins a different championship or something happens. She may win the mid-card title or something at that point, and then Liv and Dom kind of ride out in Jersey, in Liv's hometown, as
Or they celebrate coming in because they're already champions, and then
that if they come in both champions, they're going out. Neither one having the title.
Yeah. If they're coming in double champs, I'm sorry, they're leaving not double champions. That's how it works.
No, they leave double champion every time. Yes, that happens.
That rarely ever happens. WWE never do.
It exists once or twice.
No, that's not happening.
Oh, I also said Penta should eat this pin because I think Penta's won quite a lot, so it's fine to have Penta still eat a pin. And I think it would be very interesting seeing Dom and Finn tag team up on Penta to try and get this. Dom's about to go for it. Finn hits the coup de grace and then just lands after he stomps, just lands on Penta, and it's a quick 1, 2, 3 count from Finn.
Fair. Reese?
Feels gross.
Oh, has Reese crashed?
I thought he was just like having.
I thought he was just getting.
I thought he just like hated that idea, and he was just like, no.
Yeah. Oh no, I did hate the idea, and then I froze out as well.
Wow, man!
Like you saying that Penta's taking the pin? That's Penta. God damn it. I don't know. I want Dom to win. I don't know what else to say about it really. I can't relate. I think it's time for Dom to win a mid card title. I can see the argument for Finn, to be fair, and I do think the Judgment Day storyline does culminate at SummerSlam. I mean, they've been going for a long time now, and it's got to stop somewhere. But Braun, move him up to the main, the main event scene.
Yeah.
Penta's Penta, dude. Penta can go anywhere he wants, and he would still be great. I think no matter where the Judgment Day goes, the IC title is going to follow him, whether it is going to be Finn or Dom. But I would like it to be Dom right now. Thank you very much.
Nice. Courtney has put Penta.
Oh,
okay.
I don't think she put a reason why. Let me just check the message. She just put Penta. She just put Penta to win. That's all she put.
Makes sense.
Because Shadow Mianio, that's why.
Shadow!
So I have gone for Dom also. I think it's definitely time for him to get some kind of gold, especially if Liv and Raquel retain. They've got gold, Dom's got gold. They all look great together with gold. It would just be fantastic. And as we said, I think the Judgment Day stuff, it definitely needs to come to an end soon. Let the three of them go their way. Carlito go his way. Finn needs to go and do his thing because he needs to put, not saying he's not, but I feel like the Judgment Day are holding him back a little bit from being where he needs to be with that title himself. So I've gone for Dominic Mysterio. Give the three of them gold. Let them go do their thing. I think that would be great. So let's move on to Randy versus question mark. So if you want to give your thoughts on who you think he could face and then who you think's going to win, that's what we'll do here. Marisa and Johnny, do you want to go first?
I mean, we all kind of talked about it earlier. I think it's going to be... So this one will be quicker. I think it's probably going to be Solo. I think Randy wins regardless of who it is because it's not the original intended match. So I think Randy wins regardless.
I think the story is to just do a punt.
Please,
I think that I think he was going to punt KO. I think that they're still going to give the fans the punt. I think that will be Tama Tonga, but he will face Solo and beat Solo.
Outside of a swanton, that was my favorite move as a child.
Yeah,
I loved when he.
It was a great move, to be fair.
It was so beautiful. My mom hated it, but I loved it. I thought it was great.
It's weird to be obsessed with it at 9 years old, but yeah.
I was 10.
That changed nothing.
Oh, that's fine.
Whatever. So I don't know. I hope they bring the punt back. When I met Randy last year at WrestleMania, that's what I asked him. I was like, when do we bring that? When do we bring that back? And then he was like, watch tomorrow night. And I was like, okay. And then whichever fucking loser pulled Logan Paul out of the ring. Was it KSI?
That was KSI.
Okay, fucking
no, not KSI. It was Speed.
Fucking Speed. I don't care. Whichever fucking YouTube Twitch person pulled him out of the ring, and then I had tears. I had tears in my eyes in that moment. I was so upset. So I'm owed. He's a year late. I'm owed the punt.
Sure, you watched a Speed stream since.
That's fair.
I didn't watch it before.
I've watched Speed. I like Speed.
I think we get a return. Someone's already been backstage. They've been a free agent for a bit, and have already been chilling backstage. I think we get Rusev.
Oh, okay.
That, yeah.
I would be down for that.
Yeah. And I think it'd be really cool to just have a Rusev back. I think the Rusev Day chance would go huge. I don't know if he'd come back as the name Rusev. I kind of hope he does. I mean, if he comes back as Miro, people are still going to know who he is regardless anyway. And yeah, I just think it'd be a really cool match. I think both of their styles are very cool. And yeah, I want to give the question marks the win, in the sense of I want to give my Rusev pick the win. But realistically, it's probably going to be Randy, because I feel like they're going to owe it him, because it was originally meant to be KO. So I feel like whoever they actually give him, they're going to pay that way now.
Fair enough. I've got to say, I was really, really excited for the Randy KO match. I'm a really big Kevin Owens stan, and I love him to bits. And the fact that he come out and announced that he's now injured and out again, I'm just like crying inside, because I just want him to win some gold somewhere. I want him to beat Randy and then go and win some gold. But I've seen a lot of names floating around for this match. Solo, Rusev, and Nick Aldis was one. Courtney also said Nick Aldis. Was Aleister Black is another one that I've seen floating around. So there's a lot of potential here for them to return someone, which would be really cool, because it'd be a really cool way that they like what they did with Cody when Seth had his mystery opponent. But realistically, I personally think it's going to be Solo as well. And I think Randy's going to take the win. Courtney has put Randy for the win, but she thinks it's going to be against Nick Aldis. Reese, do you want to give your thoughts?
So here's the problem. If it's a returning star, you have to let them win, because it's you can't have just a guy coming back and like, oh wow, Miro or Rusev is here or Malachi is back and he loses. Like that's a terrible way to re-debut, I think. If that isn't the case and it's just like it is a solo, or it's I don't know, Mello comes out, like I should be on the card. Like, you know, I won't mind Mello.
I mean, they have been back and forth, Mello and Randy.
Exactly.
Fortnite thing, so that could work.
If it is someone in WWE, Randy's winning. If it's a return, the return's winning. So I'm going to edge my bets and say Randy's going to win, because it's more likely probably going to be someone who we already know.
Yeah.
Fair.
If it's Carmelo Hayes, I will hate Randy if he wins, because that's the GOAT.
Right?
He is him. He is him.
He's the reason toothpaste got instructions.
All right,
Wow.
I think Sheamus could make sense. I think Sammy can make sense.
Yeah.
He does.
I've seen people floating around the idea, and that may just be because I'm just all over that Twitter. Jeff Hardy. If it's Jeff, this is the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
Right.
I don't care how anything else
He
happens. I would be so down for that. But
yeah.
Have another legacy member come out, like Manu or Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase fights Randy Orton, and if he wins, he doesn't have to go to prison for tax evasion.
Yeah.
That's honestly.
It's Randy Orton versus Ted DiBiase. It's like it's freedom on a pole match.
Freedom on a pole.
If he wins, they'll pay his taxes for what he's missed.
Yeah. Cody comes out.
Amnesty on a pole match.
Listen, I would love a legacy reunion one day. I just don't feel that it's gonna happen.
Yeah, you have to go to. Yeah, right. They'll have to go to like Cell Block 1 or something.
Yeah.
Madness, absolute madness. Right, let's get into the last two matches we have, which are probably two of the bigger matches for the whole event. So we have the women's triple threat for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, which is Io Sky, our current champion, versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Russ, give your thoughts.
Sky's the limit, baby. Io Sky retaining. Simple, effective. Sorry, Bianca's mind is not in it. She's still got the stuff with Naomi and Jade. And Rhea has never beaten Io. And I still think that's going to be the case this time. Io's got her number.
Fair. Reese?
I've got to agree, to be honest. I think Io's retaining. I think she's been intentionally overlooked for the entire feud. I don't really see any reason to take the title off her at the moment. Bianca's got a future with Jade and Naomi. I think Rhea gets sent to SmackDown in the draft. I wouldn't mind that. And yeah, like, why not Io? Screw it. Keep it on Io.
Fair. Marisa and Johnny?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go first because you're an Io psychopath. I mean, I'm gonna go with Io too. I don't see any reason to take it off her, like you said, and I don't. It doesn't. Bianca or Rhea winning just doesn't feel right. I can't really explain it. I would love for them to have I would love for Bianca to have a title reign again at some point soon. I'm down for that, but I really want her to finish out the Jade Naomi story before we get into that. So I'm gonna stick with Io.
It comes with the over the moon salt. You know what I mean? It is going to be Io Sky. But actually, I think that Rhea's probably going to hit the Riptide, and it looks like Bianca's actually going to lose her first, or she's going to get pinned. But they made sure to say, she's undefeated. She's never been pinned at WrestleMania because she lost from
4-0.
Yeah,
Bianca Taker.
But she's never been pinned. So I think that they are still going to have. I think they're going to do the Riptide into the moonsault. Io pins Rhea, and Bianca can still say, "I've never been pinned at WrestleMania."
Yeah.
I really hope that then on Raw we get off of both of them against Io, and I hope it is Asuka coming back going up against Io.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No, do.
Yeah.
Bring up my bestie,
Julia.
Miss Julia.
Yeah, that would be okay.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon. Nah,
Yeah.
too soon to pull the Julia
You're
trigger.
wrong again. You're wrong again. Stop.
Stop
Sorry.
being wrong, dude.
How long
You keep
have you?
getting in
How long
trouble.
have you? How long have you followed Julia? Like, if you're gonna ask this,
2 years?
If it counts
2
for
years?
me, it's been like 3 years because we've talked about Julia for a while.
You talked about her before I knew her. I think it's been 2 years
Yeah.
for me.
yeah. So I don't want to see her called up this early. You need to put that on that WrestleMania level. So not now.
I think she genuinely could hit a page. She could go on Raw, win the title.
I mean, if you do that, incredible work.
Yeah.
But I still think it's too soon for Julia because the rivalry there isn't with Io. Julia and Io were friends. They weren't really rivals like Asuka and Julia were. Like, if we're going to put the Stardom girls in that situation against each other, Julia's going to have to go through each of them. You're going to have to make her go through a Dakota Kai, then a Kairi Sane, then start looking at Asuka and Io, because you have to build from their previous history if you're going to do that kind of angle. And I would love Io and Asuka to go back at it again, but I think them as a team was a lot better. And because she's been injured for so long, we've kind of forgot their teamwork. So I'd rather see them all as a team and then do what they kind of did with Bayley. Julia comes in, she's added in, builds up to WrestleMania, where then Julia now starts going against everyone.
Wyatt 6 going on here.
I don't know what happened with my camera there.
What the hell was that? I thought
I have no idea.
See, the only thing that I disagree with that is that this is WWE, and in WWE logic, you hit the champion, you get a title shot. So Julia attacks the champion, she gets a title shot. She gets all the way up to the main.
They also pick and choose what history they want to.
Actually,
stories.
I get that. It's just.
I think it makes sense what you're saying. I'm just saying they don't. I don't know if they're gonna acknowledge it to that level with that many of them.
Well, also in NXT, Julia and Stephanie Vaquer have been best friends for last 20 years.
They never were.
Yeah. They had one match against each other.
They had three. They had three.
They have three.
Yeah. So they had a trilogy of being arguably the best rivals against each other. So Julia was like the unstoppable force of Stardom, and Stephanie Vaquer was the Mexican overseas talent that posed a threat to Julia. they had arguably some of the strongest Stardom matches ever. So seeing them as a tag team, I was like, okay, cool, mutual respect. We both know we can kick 10 bells of crap out of each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll work together. To then have them, Julia turned heel on her because she won the title off me. As a bit like, that's a bit weak.
Yeah.
If you went in I knew from day one when we used to fight each other, you were going to go for the title more than you were going to go for our friendship. I finally let you in, and now I know the actual proper true colors of you. That would have added a bit more for me. And they didn't really do that. That's why I kind of want the slow build, because there is so many more additional storylines to add in there. Julia had one of best Stardom factions. So did Io Sky. So did Asuka. Asuka reshaped how the Joshi Pro Wrestling was for so long. So it's weird to me that Io was considered the leader of Damage Control, because I would have put Asuka as that. So
I would honestly like, because I would very easily say the women's division on Raw is a lot stronger than the one on SmackDown at the moment.
Yeah.
I would put. I think we were talking about this last night with Morgan Ross. Like that women's division on NXT is so strong, you could literally take 5 names out and it'd still be the strongest like NXT like women's division we've ever seen. I would put most of those people on SmackDown. I wouldn't mind seeing Julia on SmackDown. We've got a lot of storylines there. We've got a lot of rivalries. Like got a lot of history to build on Raw if we go there. But we don't want to do it all at once. Like, let's stretch out a little bit. Like, let's have our storylines like over the next couple of years. Let's grow our women's division. Have them work with other people. Like, do you know what I mean? Like we don't want to blow it all up. Like, you know what I mean? So I would quite like to see them separated for a little bit. Like maybe keep Julia away from Io, Asuka, Damage Control essentially for like maybe a year, and then we'll come back to it in 26 or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is I'd want the slow build of that situation, because I think Julia has been really standout on her own, and I think they need to do that more. Especially like let her have her time polishing up her English, because that's why she came to NXT, was to polish up her English, which she is slowly doing. Like it's more noticeable. Yeah.
Her and Stephanie have done really well with that.
Especially because she's is it bilingual? Like Julia's 2 languages are Japanese.
She's Italian and Japanese, is she not?
She speaks Italian as well.
Yes, so it's Japanese, French, and Italian she speaks, but it's mainly French because the Aravici or whatever she says, and that. Yeah, so it's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm saying she's winning the title at Backlash. I'm saying it's that quick.
Fair enough. You book that, bro. You book that. You do that, man.
Nice. Back to the triple threat match. So Courtney has put Rhea to win. There was no explanation why. She just put Rhea to win and possible Bianca heel turn. I have put Bianca to win because she's my girl and I love her so much, and I just want that streak to continue. I would love to see her with a belt again. So let's go.
I think there is a chance that we do see a Bianca heel turn, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like
I think if Bianca still wins.
Yeah, I think it's a possibility that maybe in the end she does join Naomi, and it was like, I knew about it.
Could do, yeah, definitely. It's definitely a potential of a thing we could see. So let's move on to our final match for the WrestleMania, our big main event, our biggest match of the whole thing, I would say, probably. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. Marissa and Johnny, do you want to go first?
I'm staying delusional and I'm picking Cody. I don't care. I don't care. Jonathan pissed me off, and I don't like Dwayne. So we're going with Cody. I don't care. That's it. I'm picking Cody.
You do, you go.
We are getting 17. John Felix Anthony Cena is winning that title. It'll probably be some big shenanigans. The Rock, all these people getting involved. Maybe Travis Scott, takes a shot from Cody because Cody said he wants to give him a receipt.
Canadian. Nah, Travis hits him with a Canadian destroyer.
I'm here for that.
Travis Scott with John Cena and Dwayne Johnson is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's amazing.
Although
so good.
I could be okay with Cena winning if we bring in Vin Diesel on Cody's side. Okay.
We're just doing Fast and Furious.
Bam.
For the family. For the family.
And then they bring back WWE or is it Rush Hour or Crash Hour, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fucking throwback.
I got Cena winning this, and I think that they probably move on to maybe Cody gets beaten up or something. I think they're doing Cena versus Randy at Backlash.
Nice. Russ?
Oh, Wendy.
I'm also living in the land of Delulu. I'm sticking with Cody Rhodes.
What?
Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
He is Mr. Soul and Energy of the division. If you wanted to pick someone to be Team WWE to take out the corporate guys, you are gonna put it on Cody Rhodes.
Carmelo Hayes. Oh, we had different.
I mean, bro, Carmelo Hayes should be that guy. They just don't want to book it. They know it's too powerful. They give him that power. They destroy cinema. Like it becomes too absolute. Like
Obafemi.
yeah, Obafemi as well.
Wrecks everybody. That's how WrestleMania ends.
Right. Hear me out. I know everyone's gonna say, Ross, you've lost your mind. You're booking like an idiot or whatever. I'm gonna do it as it is.
How did you know what I was gonna say? That was weird.
Because it's you. You always bully me. But I see it as Cody is going to be your heart and soul of Team WWE going against the big bosses. The whole fact if he wasn't scared to stand up to The Rock, said go F yourself, got beat down. I think it's going to push Cody to a point where he will snap, he will turn heel himself, but he will be a justified heel going into this. And I would love to see more of a heel versus heel scenario out of a Cena and a Cody of who is the worst of the two evils. And Cody is going to hesitate because he knows he's upsetting the fans with what he's going to do. And then Cena will get that 17, but I see that on a rematch that they're going to have.
Okay.
Reese?
Ross, you're out of your mind. That was awful. I don't agree.
Thanks, bro. I knew that was coming. Sorry, did I not predict that you said I'm stupid and it's going to be the worst booking? Yes, I did.
I don't remember you saying that. Right. So, no, in all seriousness, like I do eventually. I'm here for a Cody heel turn, okay?
Mhm.
But I don't agree with the heart and soul thing. I think his promo. I honestly think in this rivalry, he's been. I wouldn't say exposed. That's too harsh because he's good on the microphone. But I will say he's been kind of rigid. It's like he prepares his promos in a week advance, and then he says it no matter what the other person is does like he says, and like he doesn't adapt. Like I've always thought of that about Cody, and I think it's been emphasized in this rivalry with Cena because Cena is so good at just absolutely putting people in the place on the microphone, especially with that that conversation that they had where he was like, I make money for billionaires, you take money off their children. I was like, Jesus, that might not be true. I know you're going to say, Ross, might not be true. Okay, but it was a good line. Okay, so that's what we want. It's promos. I'm not looking for whole truth. Sometimes I'm looking for entertainment. WWE. The E stands for Elias, and then entertainment. So with this, if Cena doesn't win, what are we doing? Don't understand what we've been doing for the past 2 months.
We're gonna have a great time.
No.
With
Yeah.
Cody
No.
as our
Oh,
champion. He said you have more dick in the promo.
More dick in
than
your
you do in
jorts than yeah.
Wait, that was a crap comeback though.
That was so
I
good.
love
What are you
that.
talking?
It was rubbish. It was.
I popped.
You've just torn me to shreds on the microphone. I'm gonna make a dick and balls joke.
It was a good one. But it was a good one.
Sometimes you got to throw in a dick and ball joke. Sometimes it's good.
No, it was so generic. It was so I could have written that promo. Like I'll DM Cody next time he wants a promo. It was so in comparison to what Cena said to him. I was like, wow, that was bad. That's your WWE champion.
I loved it.
I came out of that, and I'm a Cody hater. I'm a notorious Cody hater. I came out of that being like, Cena still doesn't understand how to be a heel yet. I don't think he's still fully comfortable. I thought Cody ate him.
See, the thing with Cena is, even though he's been a face for God knows how long, these promos that he cuts have always been kind of heelish.
Mhm.
So it's always been a case of Cena kind of tearing people down on the microphone. I think he's got a bit more of an edge now that he's a heel. I do agree that he's still kind of learning the ropes a little bit. But in terms of the longer term storytelling that we're going to be doing in 2025, I don't really know if it's the best decision to not give Cena the title at WrestleMania. Like he has until about November, December, right? He has about he has about 8 to 7 months left. We need to get the ball rolling if we're going to give him a championship.
Yep.
To the point where I don't think he's going to be retiring as a babyface. So we need enough time so we're not rushing. Give him a bit of a heel title run. Then maybe he starts to turn on the Rock. That's where it all starts to come down. And then he needs to retire a babyface. Like, we're telling like a Star Wars story here, dude. Yep. Cena is Darth Vader, okay? Cody is Luke Skywalker. He's going to redeem him by the end of this storyline. You know, the Rock is the Emperor. Like, this is what we're doing. Like, we're getting Cena this heel run. We're getting him his 17th title. We need to get the ball rolling at WrestleMania so he has enough time to face all the cool people on the roster. Comes all the way back to he loses the title. Rock, you said you changed my life. What the hell is going on? Etc. Cena's winning at Mania.
I fully agree with that.
He's won me now.
I have a comment. I don't watch Star Wars, so I don't know what you just said.
What he said was right. He was just.
I heard Luke Skywalker, but you lost me on the something was an emperor.
Okay,
the Emperor.
I didn't get it.
The Emperor basically turned Anakin to the dark side. The Emperor's the Rock.
Anakin.
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
Yeah, Anakin's Darth Vader. You got it.
That's the same person.
So yeah. So
yes,
they are the same.
You're breaking my heart right now. You're breaking my heart.
In the first 3, you get the whole story of Anakin. It's very good.
Okay,
it's amazing.
Wait.
A very controversial character in Jar Jar Binks, where we could go many hours on him.
I like
Jar Jar 3PO.
I like Jar Jar Binks.
I like Jar Jar
Binks. There is C-3PO. You're right about that.
Okay.
Yes, there is an R2D2 and a C-3PO. Yeah.
Oh, R2D2's so cute. He's the little thing.
Yes.
You also have BB-8 as well, which is the sphere one.
He's the roly one. Yeah.
Yeah, the
roly one.
He's the one that looks like an Easter egg, and then like
love him.
It's lucky it wasn't me doing the analogy, because I would have just done it as like big anime ones. Like I would have done a whole Naruto reference of it, and it would have just gone like over people's heads.
She would have known One Piece.
Oh, okay. If we're gonna talk it One Piece style, then you could literally say that The Rock is basically being Blackbeard.
Yeah. She's still gonna be lost here. She vaguely watches. She watches One Piece while I'm watching.
Cody is Zoro.
Nope.
That's the same.
No, Cody would be more Cody would be more Luffy. If we're gonna talk anything, Cody's gonna be more Luffy.
He's not cool enough to be Zoro.
Okay, fine. Randy can be Zoro.
Randy?
Oh, 100. If you were gonna book anyone to be Zoro, it would be either a Randy, or I would at least say someone that finds themselves just in a fight.
This has gone off the rails so much, dude. This has gone off the rails so much. Right, okay.
What I take away from this is Marissa needs to watch Star Wars.
Yes.
I guess so.
At the Crimson Guild on TikTok, go follow.
I watched one when I was like 10, but I don't know which one it was, and I don't remember anything that happened.
Just watch it from the beginning.
Watch them all.
God damn it!
Like trying to get her to watch SpongeBob, dude.
I've seen SpongeBob.
I've seen a couple episodes.
Oh my God.
It doesn't count.
You are breaking this man's soul right now. You've not started.
Right. Anyway, back to it. So, Courtney said John Cena to win. I have also picked John Cena to win. I mean, like, he's obviously going to get 17 times. Why wouldn't they do it on his retiring year, on the grandest stage of them all? It just makes sense for Cena to win at this point.
I almost forgot we were talking about WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That gives him then a good, he's retiring like December, isn't he? So that gives him a good like 7-8 months then to do whatever he needs to do with the bout and his story to retire. So yeah, that is our WrestleMania predictions.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Woo!
I feel like that went on for so long.
Oh, it's
okay. So the Phantom Menace. Let's talk about Star Wars. Let's go. Right, episode 1. No.
Oh God. So does anybody else have any final thoughts or anything they want to air quickly before we?
I've got a lot of final thoughts after that news, but are we talking wrestling?
Yes, please, we're talking wrestling.
Something just got announced that I think a lot of people should be hyped about. Triple H's Hall of Fame, they have made a celebration WWE belt for him.
Oh wow!
It looks insane. It looks insane. It's got
look.
Triple H's like skull in the center, and then it's got hammers going around. I've just put it in the Discord. Hold on, let me click on the photo and I can share it to the stream.
Yeah, please do.
Oh,
I'm interested. I want to know what this looks like, man.
Can't see.
Here we go. You guys should see this.
Oh, that does look.
Look how
it's
so clean. I want it so bad.
Nice.
WWE released a nice belt. Oh, $800.
Right.
Courtney, if you're watching, that'd be a nice present for all of us.
Yeah. Like, no pressure or anything. Just get us like arguably the most expensive belt that's going to be there now.
Literally.
It'd be only $3,200 for 4 belts. It's okay.
Bro, the only belts we have in my house are custom ones.
I've got an IC belt somewhere, but that was
I think I have 2 belts somewhere.
No, G's got her unicorn one, and then we've got a Bray Wyatt custom one that gave us.
I didn't literally notice that we have a belt right behind
you. Yeah, I was gonna say you've got your custom one behind you as well. But like I've never owned like an actual physical WWE belt. But yeah, I wanted to just mention like it's really cool that now more people are getting celebration belts because obviously last year we got Randy Orton's as well, and a Kurt Angle one was also made. So
Ray's was really cool for a couple of years ago. Ray's was really nice.
Yeah, Ray's was really cool as well. But I think it's really nice that Triple H has just got this one came out as soon as obviously Hall of Fames came out. It's just that extra level of respect to him, and I think it's awesome. Undertaker's one as well, they did last year, was really nice when he had his Hall of Fame. Yeah, it was the purple one. Yeah, he's came out around near the same time as Hall of Fame for him as well. So hopefully they keep this as a tradition going on, because I'd like to see that.
I'm going to hate on all the new WWE belts until they bring out the Liverpool belt, because how are you going to do Manchester City and Tottenham, but not Liverpool? So
I mean, they did Aston Villa.
Yeah, they did Villa.
Yeah, I know they did Villa because my mate Keaton bought it on the day it came out.
I guess it's actually good that they didn't do Liverpool, because then I'd feel like I have to buy it and not want to spend that much.
It's very good that they didn't do Liverpool.
Yeah, you would feel inclined to buy a Liverpool belt and like
because it would have been right next to this one. So.
There's only one reason I'm buying a Liverpool belt.
What club?
I'm Man United, so
that's terrible. That was like the worst pick that you could have had. So disgusting.
Bro,
you know what?
I ain't even a team. So. I'm not a team. I support rugby. I don't support football.
Oh, rugby. Okay.
Personally, I support Darwin Nunez.
Yeah.
Singly.
Yeah.
Oh, from Man City.
Yeah. No, he's in Liverpool. What?
Nunez.
Darwin Nunez?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, I heard Nunez.
Oh,
sorry,
no.
but
My guy. No, he's great. No, Darwin Nunez is my guy. Shut up. Darwin Nunez is great. He's just not being given the proper opportunities because your little slut coach is being slut. It's a slut. Is being rude.
Fair.
He's a great lad.
Okay. I will like him more when he plays.
Darwin's like the equivalent of Akira Tozawa. So.
That was so.
Yeah, that is.
Leave
I am sorry.
Leave the whole house. Leave the whole house. Leave.
I think the whole team of Liverpool is like Akira Tozawa. To be honest. So.
God damn, bro.
Okay.
We've got back off the rails.
Right. Yeah. I think this is a great point to wrap up. Then, Reese, if nobody else has got anything else to say, then go ahead and wrap us up.
And well, nothing else to say about Wrestlemania, but do you guys want to plug yourself quick before I do the wrap up?
Yeah, sure. Once again, make yourself famous. Twitch, new name. Come hang out with us. We do Raw, SmackDown, now NXT at this point. AEW, Dynamite. Every pay-per-view, PLE, New Japan, TNA.
So basically, you're live every day.
Yeah, basically, we have no other time to do anything. When someone says, if it wasn't wrestling, It's not because we're on Twitch, we're live, or we're doing something over on the Patreon. So yeah, if you like wrestling content, you can probably see us doing something somewhere over there or on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
definitely the place to be. 100%. If you're gonna spend time doing anything, it's wrestling content for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Never
why not?
Yeah.
Wrestling is life. Happy time. And happy WrestleMania week, guys. What? I can't believe it. We are in the road to WrestleMania is officially ended. We're literally walking up to the venue right now. We got Stand and Deliver Saturday, we got WrestleMania Saturday, and then WrestleMania Sunday. Always the other independent shows. I'm going to try and catch some more independent shows while they're on this week. I'm really going to try my best to do that. So hopefully you guys can check them out as well. Make sure you check out the Hall of Fame. You can check out SmackDown if you want. You probably won't miss anything, but if you want to, go and have a look at that sort of stuff. If you like the video, guys, and you like WrestleMania, if you like wrestling in general, make sure you hit the like button, the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and then hit the bell so you never miss a video. You can also find Outcasted on X, Instagram, and on TikTok at Outcasted OC. Everyone's links will be in the description down below. But for now, happy Thursday, happy WrestleMania week, and we'll chat to you soon.
Deuces.
That's hilarious because that's how I finish our